Hey everyone, it's Caito, and in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to create the easiest sunken waterfall area on your island. So if you're interested in content like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, but let's just get right into it. So I have several of these sunken areas on my island. Most of my island is elevated to at least the second tier, so I've really been enjoying adding these little sunken areas just to add a little bit of interest. I think they're very visually appealing, so I wanted to show you guys just the easiest way to add one of these to your island and a few tips to keep in mind while you're adding them, how I do it, all of that. So first things first, you're just going to open up your Island Designer app. Now I do recommend going ahead and having your area in mind. So I have got this little section right here. This is where I'm going to add my water. And then I highly recommend having 3 sides built up already. So I've got these 3 sides, and then I've got one side still open. This just allows me to exit and come back in if I need to. If you don't have that as a possibility, say this was in the middle of your island somewhere and that's where you wanted to create it, that is totally fine. You don't have to have a section open. Just know that you'll be a little bit more limited, and also you will have to be a little bit more careful with where you are doing your waterscaping as far as what order you're doing it all in. So first things first, I'm going to actually clean up this edge right here. It looks a little bit off to me, so I'm just going to fix this really quick. Okay, now we've got this little section here. So I don't know, I think I want to have this waterfall kind of be a stream leading into a bigger water area right here. And this one's just going to go straight into the water. So I'm going to go ahead and start waterscaping here. So something to keep in mind with waterscaping is it's really important to kind of start in the middle. I feel like that's the easiest way if you're doing a larger area and you have the room to do this. I feel like it's so much easier to just start in the middle, and that gives you the option to curve the edges that you want curved. So say I were to waterscape right here in front of the waterfall and then go to this block next to it. This edge right here is square, so I don't like the look of that. So you have to keep in mind which order you are waterscaping each tile, if that makes sense. So instead, I would waterscape this tile first and then waterscape in front of the waterfall. That way I have this curved effect instead, and that's just the look that I prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and waterscape a little bit here. Something else to keep in mind is you do have the ability to leave little islands in these areas, which can be super cute. So here's another example of which tile to do first. So say, because I actually want to extend this waterfall out, what I did before actually didn't matter in that instance, but I want to fill this entire area with water. Now, if I were to fill in this tile first, you see how that is very square on the edge right there? I don't love the look of that. I like all of the edges to be as rounded as possible. Sometimes it's not possible, and that's totally fine. But instead, I'm going to terraform this tile first and then angle myself and get that corner tile instead. And you can just see the difference that that makes, having that a little bit more rounded off instead of square. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Hit that tile first, then hit that one. And so now it is all round in here. I can keep waterscaping all of this out. So I'm going to work on this a little bit, and then I will come back and show you guys my progress. So over here in this section, I'm just going to leave a little bit of land right here as opposed to having it all filled in with water. I think it'll look nice to have maybe just some flowers over there or just something to catch your eye as you're walking by instead of just having everything be water. But that is all personal preference as well. You could fill the entire section with water if you wanted to. That would also look nice. And then I'm going to work on connecting this little stream area. So I think I want to have this just curve around right here and then have it curve to meet over here. And I'm actually going to have to change up this path right here just because that corner is going to be a problem right there. So I'm going to get rid of this path and then finish up the waterfall. Okay, so now I've got the general layout of my body of water. I'm going to come up here and make sure that it looks like I want it to. And for the most part, I feel like it does. I think just a simple little sunken area, nothing too special. But now this is the time when I go ahead and do the terraforming on the other side to kind of close in the sunken area if that's what I want to do. Obviously, you can keep this completely open if you wanted to, but I think I'm going to close it in and not have it accessible. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. One thing I keep in mind when I'm doing this as well is I try not to let it be just one straight line of cliff. So this cliff right here, I'm not going to just continue it straight down. I'm going to offset just a little bit, even though that'll leave me with more land right here. But if it's just one straight line, I feel like it looks a little bit too man-made for my liking. So that is one thing to keep in mind as well. Okay, so now I have that cliff completely filled in. This area is not easily accessible at this point, and this is where I just take the time to fill in this area with whatever I want to put down here. And honestly, I think I'll probably just fill it with some flowers. You could put butterfly models, whatever you want. I may put a bench down here or something. That could look cute. So I'm just going to take a minute and just fill this in a little bit. Okay, so obviously this area could use a little bit more work. There definitely needs to be more flowers behind it, but I wanted to just show you guys an easy sunken area that you can do on your island and how I would go about doing it. I just added a little seating area down there, a butterfly model, and some flowers. Super easy to do, and this did not take a long time at all. In a perfect world, I would probably remove some of this cliff that I'm running on right now because it does impede the view a little bit, but I think that I need this area to connect to this bridge over here, so I may have to keep it. I might be able to move things down and eventually get rid of some of this cliff right here, but that will be for another day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little sunken waterfall, sunken area tutorial, and I would definitely love to know if you plan on doing one of these areas on your island. Do you already have sunken areas on your island? Definitely let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!